Yes, Lawyer Jibo here. Yes, following my video on the Rage uh, Medical Award and then the Drabin Medical Awards, people on this page have been sending me private messages inquiring about what goes into computing damages because they see that the amount runs into millions of Ghana cedi. Well, before I go into what goes into the computation of the award, I need you to understand that compensation is what it is. It's compensation. It cannot restore your lost limb. It cannot restore a lost dear one, and all that. So compensation, as the name suggests, is to more or less assuage your pain, more or less to placate you for whatever it is that you have lost. And the second point I need you to understand is that compensation is not a lottery. It's not meant to make you rich. It's only meant to more or less restore you to the status quo ante. That is where you used to be before the unfortunate incident befell you. So, for instance, if you were a football star and through the negligence of a doctor, you lost your limb, compensation will be to try to restore you to what your situation would have been if that unfortunate incident didn't happen at all. So that is that. Now, in coming to what goes into calculating a compensation, the court first and foremost looks at the circumstances. So once again, still using the football star analogy or example, the leg of a football star and the leg of a people teacher, even though they are all legs, obviously one has a huge revenue or income earning potential than the other. So you see that if you through your negligence a football star loses his leg, the kind of loss or the kind of compensation you pay certainly will differ from if through the same act a teacher loses his leg. So that's one. So the circumstances matter. And I must also add that even though comparable injuries must attract comparable compensation, no two injuries are exactly the same because the pain in terms of the physical pain and mental pain are all different. So the court will look at all those things. Now, if you put the circumstances aside, age is always a factor. And why is age important? Because age is important because most Ghanaians, or if you look at Ghana, the retirement age is 60. So if you kill or permanently injure somebody, let's say at the age of 30, the court will look at how much the person could have earned if he worked from the age, from let's say the age of 30 till retirement at the age of 60. So you see that will go into how much compensation the victim will earn. And then let's see special damages or the actual cost that the person also has incurred by way of medical expenses, transportation in and out of hospital, medical expenses in terms of drugs and whatever the hospital charge and all that will also certainly be a factor. So having looked at all these things, the court will then other things like whether the injury is permanent, is temporary, and other circumstances, other surrounding circumstances will also play a part. So that's why I'm saying that no two injuries are exactly the same, even though comparable injuries often attract comparable damages. So if you put everything together, it's not surprising that medical awards tend to be very high or tend to run into millions. So there you go. Even though it's not meant to make you rich, it is meant to restore you, and obviously looking at the factors that are going to it, it's not surprising that it runs into millions. Okay, bye for now.